Hello, it's Mary Lou again. Finally, after a long time, I actually started this journal back in November, and then I took a bad fall and broke my arm, my left arm. Thankfully, I'm right arm-handed. But anyway, I started it then. I had a lot of the work done. I did a lot of slow stitching, as you can see, and just decorating. So let me tell you a little bit about this cover. I'll try to hurry because I know a lot of people don't like a lot of chit-chat, but let me tell you. I took a piece of muslin, 2 pieces actually, and ran it through my printer and took the page, a page from the kit that the digital kit that I used for the inside of the journal, and so I printed it on the muslin. Then I cut it out to the size and shape I wanted. Then I glued it to another piece of exact size of the muslin that I needed. I decorated front. There's the back with its printing. I did stitching just here on the front. I used most all the lace that I used, and you know, these aren't vintage. The buttons are ivory and they're vintage. But the laces and this are all vintage. This lace I don't think is vintage. And then there's lace in on the inside too. I made double lace. Once I got this all hand stitched, which took me I just started again in January. And it's taken me a while because I'm going through physical therapy. Anyway, long story. I'm just glad to be back. I hope you're all doing well. Anyway, once I had it all done, I hand stitched the lace, the top lace, all the way around the outside. Then I stitched it by machine. I wanted to make sure it would lay well, so I did hand stitching first. So I did do a lot of hand stitching on this all the way through, because a lot of this is hand stitched on, or else it's, I put French knots and stitches. A little bit of ribbon through this lace, and there's some more French knots and some X's and X's and some slow stitching here. There's here. Anyway, once it was all done, I had already put the journal inside of a 120-pound cardstock cover, so it's a hidden spine. And then once I did that, then I glued this all over the front of the book, or the cover of the book, the actual 120-pound cardstock. Then I put 110-pound cardstock on the inside. So it's pretty stiff, but it wobbles a little. So it's sturdy, is what I'm getting at. Okay, so let me tell you, it's 5.5 by 7.5. And it's a 1.5 inch spine. I want to show you this because as you look down the book, I've put 12 rows of lace on the pages, and they get larger as they go down to the bottom. So you have this cascade effect that you'll see when it's laying down, but I'll show it to you this way so you get a better idea of what it looks like. And there's both pink and cream lace. Okay, and then this was hand stitched on. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Of course, it is reinforced with Tyvek between the, on the outside. Anyway, it has 2 signatures, 66 plus pages. I did use some vellum, and the pages are tea-dyed. So there's the lace there. I also have lace tabs. Little flower with a half back pearl here. There's a belly band, Paris, and there's some pretty lace under that. There's an envelope. And inside, I gave you some. So there really are more than 66 pages, because there's 4 more pages there. Weekly planner and yearly planner. Okay, and that just slides right back in there. I did stenciling and stamping. There's a lined page. And there's a large tag. The story begins. I guess I forgot to show you. There's the journal, and then there's the story begins. And there's some trim on that one, a little tuck spot that comes in this kit from Screech Owl Studio she's called Aimee. And beautiful, my favorite napkins. And then there's a pretty pink vellum rose sheet. Here's a altered paper clip. Whoops. Let's see. I learned how to do these from Charlene Sherrod. Sorry, Charlene. Sherrod. Yes. I won a journal from her that in a giveaway she had, and so I learned to make them from her. I have a new set coming out of numbers. It's going to be just numbers, all different ways to use numbers. Anyway, here's another piece of paper, so that's another 2 sides. So we're getting more to like 70 pages in this journal, and that's probably how I'll list it. There's some pretty places to write. There is a lot of journaling space. Here's a little pocket. It says Paris. Here's an envelope with and the tuck spot here, and a little pocket. I fussy cut out this lace. There's some cards from the kit. I did some stamping on the back of the cards, and they're inked around both sides. More stamping. It's a beautiful kit. Some lace and trim. And this is a flip, Rita Donnelly flip with a pretty doily and a fussy cut from the kit. That other side of the roses and the doily. Here's another section where I used some of that lace and created a tuck spot. There's an envelope. And inside is a pretty lady, smelling roses. More stenciling, a pocket. This is also going to be coming out in a kit that I have. I'm working on them. I don't know if you can see it. There. And here's the end of the first journal signature, and here's the second. Another tab. There's another card in a pocket from the kit. It's got some beautiful lace on it. That's pretty much getting to the last of that lace, and I think that is vintage. I'm not positive. Stenciling and stamping. Another tuck spot with another one of the images that's going to be coming out in my kit. When I get it done, a girl should be 2 things, classy and fabulous, according to Coco Chanel. Another vellum page. Some more stamping. There's some grid paper that I 2-dyed. This flips, so you can write in all of that area. There's a little card here, a pretty card. And then there's another card tucked in here. And this one has lines and this one does not. Some of them do. The first set I printed, I put lines on the back. It's such soft, beautiful. It's a very delicate looking journal. There's the center of the second signature with this little pocket and these cards in here that come in the kit from Yvonne. So there's some more journaling space, and I did put lines on those. If I can get them in there. Anyway, and behind it, that's been some coffee dyed paper, tea dyed paper on the back. She sings her song. And then over here, get in there, Boogus. I think it's the lace that's holding me up. There you go. The side and behind. Okay, over here I have one of the Tim Holtz little stackers. And there's another one of my number things that are going to be coming out. There's a little picture in there. And this is a French word, rain. And back here is a pretty tag from the kit with some lace. There's another double pocket. Here I put a little card. It's got a scalloped edge that I fussy cut. Some pretty lace down that, and that's more that vintage lace. There's the Tiffany stamp. And here's a little envelope that I put on with a paper clip. And it has a pretty little card in there. 1892 looks like, with lines on the back so you can journal on it more easily. And that just clips right on that page. There's the other side of the vellum and the doily. See how the lace is just getting longer and longer? Okay, here's another one of my altered paper clips. See, it's got some of the vintage lace on it. It says confidential, and you open it up so you've got more journaling space there. Some more stenciling. And now here's a flip out. Make sure you can see it. I hope I wasn't out of frame the whole time. I apologize if I was. There's a tab here that you lift. There's a pocket here with a tag and l'alarme, which is a tear or a teardrop. I don't know if I said it right. It's a beautiful image of the lady. I put some applique leaves here with a rose fussy cut. And this is an envelope, and I did some collaging first before I put everything in it. So there's a card, and there's a tag back here in the back. It's got some pretty lace on it. Tucks back in there, and this closes down. And then here's the back of the book. Another Paris tag. She is an artist. And I will either sign my name here or put in a tag behind here that says who it was made by. Okay, this will be available on my website. The link will be below and more information. And so thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a great day. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you aren't a subscriber, I hope you will become one. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And as someone said to me, have a brilliant weekend, or a sparkling weekend. That's even better. Bye-bye now.